Good morning, Alpine. This whole week is a special week for Alpine Daily. We're gonna focus on the persecuted church, as we saw in church yesterday. Hebrews 13, chapter 3. It says, "Continue to remember those in prison, as if you were together with them in prison, and those who are mistreated, as if you yourselves were suffering." And so we see Scripture commands us to do this. And in church yesterday, we learned about the persecution that's happening all over the world in the name for the name of Christ. And we're going to lift up our brothers and sisters. We're going to encourage you to check out on your own time persecution.com, persecution.org, a couple of websites. We're going to look this whole week at worldwatchlist.us. And there you'll find, if you go to that website, you'll find a listing of the top 50 persecuted churches. And we're, of course, going to be praying for the top 10. And so today we'll take the first two on the list. The first is North Korea. Still the most hostile country in which to live and practice the Christian faith. There are reports of many Christians arrested, with at least 25% of Christians believed to be languishing in labor camps for the refusal to worship founder Kim Il-sung's cult. Half the population lives in the north, close to China, where family-based networks of house churches exist in significant numbers. Roughly 10 million inhabitants are malnourished, with thousands eating only grass and bark. So right now, if you're watching this with a family or with your spouse, I encourage you to hit pause and spend a few moments praying for this list here for North Korea, and then hit on pause and we'll go to the next country on the list. The second country on the list is Afghanistan. So let's learn about Afghanistan. All Afghan Christians come from a Muslim background. Believers who are discovered face discrimination from family and community, Muslim clergy, and local authorities. The government treats converts in a hostile manner, using any means possible to make them recant. The tiny Christian minority cannot meet in public. Meetings in private homes are possible, but require great caution. Not a single official church building remains, not even for expatriate believers. In February, an Afghan Christian was released after spending nearly 9 months in prison on charges of apostasy. So again, just hit pause and as a family or even as an individual, pray for some of these talking points for our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. Thanks for joining us on Alpine Daily today. Join us tomorrow as we continue through this list. Let's just continue to lift up our brothers and sisters in the world. And I also just encourage you to get in the Word this week. Finish out the 5th chapter of Acts and the 6th and the 7th chapter of Acts. Those are great scriptures to read as we're praying for the persecuted church around the world.